Game 2 of the Western Conference Semifinals. The Trailblazers, fighting for their first win of the series, will try to even the score at 1-1 as they go up against the Timberwolves. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue, coming right up.
On tap tonight, NBA playoff action continues. It's Game 2 of the Western Conference Semifinals. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Grant steps in at 4 with Ayton, the big man, in the middle. And it's Avdia in at the 3 spot. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Reed is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. Now here's Henderson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Half-holder type of player. Henderson fighting tooth and nail down low.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, Scoot has all the physical attributes. He has the fearless mentality. But like most young players, he just needs some time to develop and adapt to the NBA game.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Paul. Pass to Reed. Edwards with it. Defended by Sharp. They get it again. And the basket by Edwards.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Hit a solid look close to the rim.
Now here's Henderson. Fires the 3. The rebound by Edwards. Pass to Randle. Over in the corner, Paul. Now McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Scooped up. Kicks it out to Paul. Reed with a screen for Paul. Good on the 3-point shot.
Yeah, look at Paul's focus. He is completely locked in on his shot.
Sharp with it. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Henderson inside the 3-point line. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Making smart use of the pick and roll play there. Henderson frees himself to go and get a bucket.
Randle passes to Paul. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle. Paul's got 5 points so far.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Avdia kicks to Grant. Now, here's Sean. Just 5 on the clock. Ayton sets the pick for Henderson. Sinks the triple. He's got 7.
A part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch, and we talked about the matchup against Scoot Anderson. He told me Scoot is an extremely talented player. He's already somebody you have to game plan for with his scoring and playmaking. This is a guy with superstar potential. The coach has a lot of respect for the skilled youngster. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Now, Sharp. After Anthony Edwards missed from long range.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Reed with a screen on Grant. Paul can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Grant gets a wide open look. Offensive rebound. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. McDaniels against Avdia. The shot by McDaniels, no good. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Sharp. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Yeah, some energy from Ayton there.
And it's Paul with the ball for Minnesota. Trailing by 2. Pass to Edwards. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
For Portland, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Garza's checked in. Miller comes in for Julius Randle. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Edwards. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Robert Williams, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Walker comes in for Jeremy Grant. And it's Simons in for Sharp. Avdia dishes to Henderson. Outside, Simons. Launches it. And Scoot Henderson with the 3. Henderson's got a couple of threes now in the first for Portland.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Ball finds Alexander Walker. Miller with a screen on Simons. Driving the lane. Back to Alexander Walker. Misses the 3. Trailblazers leading by 3. It's Henderson on the wing. Floats it up for Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
Well, a well-aimed pass sets Williams up for success so that he can just power it down.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Paul. 1 second left. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Scoot Henderson making highlights for Portland. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Timberwolves trail by 5. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Avdia. Walker out there with Rob Williams. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Banton in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Alexander Walker. hasn't made one yet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true 3-level scorer.
To the paint. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Now, here's Avdia. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. And Simons wide open. He'll fire. There's the triple. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They won their last game Monday night.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going. And you could see frustrations emerge.
Well, it wasn't a pretty game as far as shooting goes, but ugly wins count just the same.
Now, here's Simons. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. A three-pointer is right on target. Simons has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, you see that quick release, and Simons right on the money.
Outside Edwards. No good, he missed it. Brings him to 3 for 8 this game. Here's Banton. Williams passes to Walker. Here's Banton. Here's Williams. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. To stop the run. And finished off by Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Portland leading by 8. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Simons from outside. Rebound by Alexander Walker.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
And good that time.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
If you see the top of the big three, then you know what to do. Charge your movement.
Almost entirely new group here for Portland. Ayton, he's checked in for Robert Williams. Jeremy Grant comes in for Jabari Walker. Sharp's checked in for Delano Banton. And Henderson subbed in for Anthony Simons. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Henderson passes to Grant. Now Sharp. Ayton sets the pick for Sharp. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Here's Alexander Walker. Avdia with the rebound.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Trying to get open is Randall, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's take a look at the players who have pulled down the most rebounds during this postseason. 4th, DeAndre Ayton.
He's dialed up his rebounding here in the postseason. There's something about the big games that bring out the best in him.
No good on the free throw. Second free throw, no good. Trailblazers leading by 6. Sharp, that's good. Sharp's got his first points in this one.
Oh, gritty play by Sharp inside. Defense puts contact on the rookie, and he still gets it to fall.
Randall surveying the D. Back to Paul from 7. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Henderson, and he uses the glass on the layup. And now a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
McDaniels kicks to Paul. Lets the 3 fly. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. And so here's Portland. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Henderson outside. Comes up empty down low. And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Trailblazers up 10. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
And we thank you for joining this postseason broadcast, and it's been an outstanding first half for the Portland Trailblazers.
One of the best ways to control the game, take care of the boards. Don't give up second chance points.
And at the offensive end, you can turn misses into makes. That's found money.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. They were able to hold serve in Game 1, but they'll need that same effort to make the most of their home court edge.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. It's only one game. It was a game that they were supposed to win.
Yeah, but you got a great chance to take a commanding lead in this series, Shaq. You could go up 2-0, and I don't see them losing the series.
Some big expectations on this game, too. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And we welcome you back to 2K Sports coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. You look at Scoot Henderson in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
With so much on the line tonight, you have to be impressed with the way he came out and set the tone with his aggression.
Well, the lights are bright in this matchup, and he's had no problem playing up to the moment.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Reed is out there with Randall, and it's Paul in at the 1 spot. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Randall with the bucket.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
Avdia, the pass to Ayton. Anderson looking it over. This one for 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Master Grant fires from 18, and the shot goes down. Grant's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
You're not normally going to see Grant take too many mid-range shots, but that doesn't mean he can't knock them down.
Randall kicks to Edwards. Edwards with the floor spacer.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And we got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Ayton a screen on McDaniel. Avdia the pass to Henderson. Pocket 6. The tray. And rebounded by McDaniel. Timberwolves trail by 10. Ball outside. Nice move. And it's Portland with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Fires from deep. Portland grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Ball again Sharp. Out to Henderson. Pass to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, and this is what you love seeing from Scoot, a desire to involve teammates in pick and roll.
Outside Edwards. Ball with the screen for Edwards. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Down low, here's Sharp. Great D that time from Edwards. Timberwolves trail by 12. Now Paul. He's got 5. Looking to end his cold spell. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Terrific play by Edwards. Moves like this are what makes him so much fun to watch.
Outside, Avdia. Up top, Henderson. Defended by Paul. Henderson, no good.
Yeah, and he tried to work the spin move that time, and it went about as well as you'd expect.
Edwards can't hit.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Grant. Ayton a screen on McDaniel. And the wide open shot from Avdia. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Paul passes to Reed. And Reed throws it down.
That's what Reed brings to the table. He's got an impressive combination of strength and mobility.
It's stolen by Randall. McDaniels against Avdia. McDaniels kicks to Randall. 41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Shot clock at 6. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Craft the pass to Sharp. Ayton sets the pick for Sharp. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Count the basket.
And not just an athlete. Sharp is very crafty with the ball in his hand.
Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers lead by 6. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Matisse Thybulle's out there with Walker. Then it's Rob Williams. Then it's Anthony Simon. And it's Banton in at the 2. Fires high post. And it's Simon's missing.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. It's Edwards on the wing. No good there. Nice D from Williams. Trailblazers leading by 8. Inside. Thibault can't get it to go. Minnesota shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Outside Edwards. Back to Alexander Walker. And the layup is good.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Simons, the pass to Banton. High, arcing shot. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker with the ball. Stolen by Walker. 3 on 3. Here's Banton. Off target from three-point range.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Pass to Edwards. No good from 11 feet. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's Simon. Good on the 13-footer.
From the mid-range, Simon's quickness is a big advantage.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Teams changing it up here. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys?
Thanks, David. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Reed with a screen on Sharp. Edwards can't hit.
Might be time for a little different approach. This shot hasn't been falling here in the second half.
Henderson. Randall with some nice D.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
McDaniels gets a wide open look. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Grant outside. From outside the arc, Reed with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The shot's good. Now just a 3-point Portland lead.
Flashing his athleticism on the drive. I like when McDaniels takes initiative on offense.
And that one's good by Henderson.
What a big bucket for Henderson, sensing the moment.
Edwards against Sharp. A floater. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
From the line, Henderson, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Edwards. Oh, he jams it right over Scoot Henderson. Look at it. Wow.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Takes a step back. Here's Henderson. side, Avdia. No good with the triple. The Timberwolves have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Reed the pass to Edwards. Stolen by Henderson. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Grant dishes to Henderson. Randall with some nice D.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Second team foul. 2 shots.
The first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
That was a giant trip to the line.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick one.
.20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Edwards kicks to Reed. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And he commits the intentional foul.
There it is. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul. 2 shots. Henderson.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. Paul fires from way outside. No good. And so it's Portland winning this one. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstating it. I agree with you. I mean, going down 2-0 would have given this team a huge hill to climb. But now at 1 game apiece and with some momentum, this is anybody's series.
Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Scoot Henderson.